Yeah, I'm just going to use my crummy 2-inch throwaway paintbrush into my little paint tray there, and I'll cut that in. I'll cut that in up there. Boy. This is a crummy throwaway paintbrush, isn't it? I guess I gotta just get some paint on there. I should really use my good paintbrush, but I don't want to get it out. You know, I think after I get this done, you're not really gonna know that I used a crummy paintbrush. I call them a crummy throwaway paintbrush because these are the cheapest ones you can buy at the store. They're not really designed for doing a lot of paint, mind you. But I always seem to find something to use these paintbrushes for. I always have one around. This one's 2-inch. They got a 3-inch, 1.5 inch throwaway paintbrush, a 4-inch paintbrush. And so I always kind of find one in order to do some painting. You know, just little bits of painting here and there. Okay, I'm just going to paint this one little thing here, and see how I got my cardboard just kind of going down the stairs there. That's all you need. You don't need much. And it's getting kind of cold out here, but it's still okay. And if it was under 40 degrees, I would not be painting. Okay? Most paint buckets, if you read on there, 40 degrees or maybe 45 is the lowest you should go before not painting. I wouldn't paint with it being any colder than that, and it's probably 65 degrees out right now. Too concerned about what direction I go out here like I would an interior wall. Interior walls, everything's vertical. I would be painting. But this, with nooks and crannies, I can go both directions and, you know, get it in there. I meant to do this about a year ago and I never did. And I thought I guess today is the day to do it. make sure I get over those dark areas, all kinds of directions, so it's not going to bleed through or anything. Okay. There. I guess I can live with that. I can live with that. That's all I'm going to do. That looks way better now, doesn't it? Hey, just a few different things. Yeah, I could have slapped das and just went around the patches and said, ah, yeah, that's good enough. But no, I didn't want to do that. I wanted to take it and do the best that I could. And incidentally, when I did the patches in certain areas, I saw the stucco needed to be addressed a little bit in some certain areas, up there, up in there, and down in here. I went out a little bit further where I saw some imperfections that I wasn't 100% happy with. So I thought, I go the extra mile. Go the extra mile with it and get it all taken care of. And so now this is going to look really good once I get those stairs. Once I get those stairs treads. I'm using aluminum stair treads on this. They're kind of pricey, but hey, I didn't know what else to do. I've tried to fix these 3 different years in a row with different concrete materials because I was trying to float them out 3/8 higher on the inside down to about a 1/16 to an 1/8, and they always looked really good when I got done, but then after the winter they were cracked and stuff, and each year I tried something different. And I thought, is this the year I'm going to do it again, using something different again? I thought, you know, I almost got something at Lowe's, and then I decided at the last minute, hey, maybe I'll use the aluminum treads, stair treads. I've used those before in commercial jobs, different projects, and I thought, I wonder if they got one that's 11 inches deep, 11 1/4 inches deep. Sure enough, they had them, and and they have them in different lengths: 3 foot, 4 foot, 5 foot. I don't know if they had them any longer than 5 feet. They probably did, but you probably have to special order them. You know, these are a little less than 5 feet, the majority of them. But then this step here is 4 feet, and so I was able to a couple of stair treads and the riser bits. I was able to order. I'll be ordering 4-footers instead of 5-footers, and then I'm going to cut them. I'm going to cut them with a skill saw blade, but with a carbide tip blade that I think it's got 72 teeth on it, and it's designed to cut aluminum. I'm looking forward to that. You know, I'm kind of dreading it too, because it's going to take a while to measure all these, cut them all, install them all, pre-drill the holes, put the screws in, put silicone in before the screws, and line them up, adjust them properly each step, and all that kind of stuff. And that will be coming up if you keep watching these videos of this stairwell fix. Okay, well, it's time for me to clean up, put this paint away, wash up, and get out of here. Well, that's all I got for this time, but I'll be back with more videos. And I'm quite pleased with how this project is looking. Go back to the very first and see what this looked like around the edges, and before I caulked it, before I sealed it, before I patched the stucco, before I painted. Yeah, see, step by step. How do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. How do you do a job like this? One step at a time. I've already done, let's see, tore all the concrete stuff off. There's one step. Clean it all up and chisel out the stuff and sweep it up and do all that. One step. Okay? Then I sealed 2 coats of sealer on the wood because I wanted to seal these, even though it's going to be underneath the stair treads. That's the second step. and then I caulked everything, all the inside corners and the outside of each step, and on the verticals and everything before I did all the patching and stuff, and then any of the cracks where the glue lamb beam material was, because this is a 2x4, 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 2x4 on edge. Boom, boom, boom. See, this is 2x4, inch and a half, inch and a half, inch and a half, and that's how most of these were, except the top two, because those were 4x12s I installed previous. So that was the third step. Okay, got all that done. Did all the stucco patching. That was fourth step, right? And then painted. That's a fifth step. Okay. Now I've got to install all the aluminum stair treads. That'll be the sixth step. And then once I get the aluminum stair treads in, I'm going to have to put silicone, clear silicone, right there between all of the aluminum, and then on the outside edges, depending how well they fit and stuff, I might use clear silicone on the edges, but I have a feeling I'm going to use that gray caulking again all the way around, a nice bead all the way around, and then after that I'm going to have to paint that, just a little bead all the way around. So there's 8 steps to this, probably. Okay, and you know, I'm showing you all this for a reason. Do I do this every day? No. And I'm just showing you, if I'm just an average Joe, so if I can do it, yes, of course you can do it too. And that's why I make my videos. Go to my main YouTube channel page and click on playlists, and then you can scroll through. I've got over 50 playlists on my channel, all kinds of stuff on how to do different things, and most of those I do myself, all by myself, all the different things. Sometimes I need help from time to time, but hardly at all, because I always like to show that if I can do it on my own, you can do it too. See how nice that side looks there now? This paint all looks nice and even now. This looks all nice and even. This is looking all nice and even. It's still drying. Okay, so you're going to see some slight imperfections on it, but once it's dry, look at that. That looks like it's dry, but it's in the shade. See, doesn't that look nice? And then this one here, that looks way better. I don't see all that smudge up there on the top. Well, it blends in now, doesn't it? Okay, all right, I'll see you next time. And what are we going to do? Yeah, it'll be when I have the stair tread material, and we'll look at that and see how we're going to install those steps, one step at a time, I have a feeling, and I think it's going to turn out looking nice. Now see, if you watched, hopefully you watched that other video that I did, you know, this was the stuff that I used for here, USG exterior textured finish, and the previous owner saved this for me, and this bucket, no joke, is over 5 years old. There's still from here down left. This stuff lasts for a good long time, as long as you have your bucket lid sealed on there tightly. This stuff lasts, let me tell you. And the other stuff I decided not to use, but I could use it if I ever run out of this for stucco patch. This is stucco patch too. This one's called Drive It, and that just happened to be the color Mojave. And this was a little bit darker, so I don't know if that was when they built the house years ago, and then later on, you know, before we purchased the house, maybe 3 or 4 years before we purchased the house, maybe they decided not to use that, and they decided to use this on the exterior after when they painted. Maybe they repainted the whole exterior of the house, and then they used this for the stucco patch, and they put some paint in it too, and then they use that. So you know, there's different ways for stucco patching. This isn't all the type of stucco patch that they have, but this stuff works really good. So if you ever get a chance, Drive It and USG exterior textured finish, and they use that for stucco, and it works out just mighty fine.